Today's podcast is presented by Podgo. Podgo is the easiest way for you to monetize your podcast, providing podcasters with a flat rate for ad space so you always know how much you get when you include an ad from Podgo.
Apply today and become a member and immediately be connected with advertisers that fit your audience. That's podgo.co at podgo.co.
And be sure to add our podcast in the How Did You Hear About Podgo section of the application.
Ideals like peace, freedom, and justice, they get packed up, but we can all go home. Well, I'm not going home. I'm gonna get on my boat, and I'm going upriver, and I'm going to kick that son of a bitch bison's ass so hard that the next bison wannabe is gonna feel it. Now, who wants to go home and who wants to go with me?
Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast, episode 264. Before we start the show, we want to thank all of our wonderful fans who have supported us. And if you want to show support for the Rated G network, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/RatedG4Gamers. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Rated G for Gamers. And finally, please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. We appreciate all the love. I'm your host, Dave Rotino, and this is my co-host, Dan, the podcaster formerly known as Classic Robinson.
What's going on, man? Hey, did you know that Cortana is still on iOS and Android phones?
The
side note.
The voice assistant, Cortana.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Like, before we started recording, I just found out that Microsoft was shutting down Cortana on iOS and Android. My first thought was, Cortana was on iOS and Android? It was on the phones?
Yeah. Like Windows phones I get. They don't make Windows phones anymore, so obviously that's dead. And who in their right mind is not going to say, well, I'm not going to say the words, but the Google variant and the Apple variant, why would you not use the ones that they put together? Because they are far superior. Sorry, Microsoft.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
I said it.
Okay. I'm proud of you.
I'm not gonna lie. I will. Well, thank you. I've grown over these years, Dan.
Okay.
I've grown into a grown man gamer.
Well, I do miss the days where I said Xbox on, right? I didn't even forget what I had to tell with Cortana. It was like, Cortana, turn TV on or Xbox on, and then it would turn on my whole setup, and it was amazing. And then Microsoft took that away from me.
Well, they did, yes, but they replaced it because the Amazon ecosystem, the Amazon Echo and all that, they're like, well, we now have support for it. So I've been doing that for the longest. I got a little Harmony thing that's set up, which was like a bridge. So I can say, like, Alexa, turn on TV or whatever it is. And
now your TV,
my TV's going to turn on.
Your TV's going to turn on.
Hold on.
I'm not sure about that.
I hear it.
She doesn't. She's not too sure about that.
Okay. She's not listening to you.
No. She was trying to. Way too much chatter.
Okay.
Wow, that's crazy. So the only platform that it's still on, and I know this because it randomly popped on today, is Windows. When I was like working today, it just randomly popped on and said, "What can I help you with?" I'm like, absolutely nothing.
You mean PC?
PC.
Oh, PC.
Yeah.
Oh
Windows.
man. So I'm mostly a Mac person. You know that I'm a Mac guy through 100%. But I have a Windows, a brand new, 2 years old at this point.
Newish.
Laptop from work, and it's Windows, and it's like new, like it's whatever the latest Windows is.
Windows 10, Windows
whatever
10,
the updates
are. Yeah.
They skipped 9. I forgot about that.
They did, which is weird.
Yeah, They skip 9. So I think every time I go into the menu, I do see the icon for Cortana.
Oh yeah.
So okay. So all right.
little
So it's
circle?
still on there. I still have hope. I still can have now. Only if she could turn on my laptop, that'd be great.
Well,
If they had voice activation, it would say, "Hey Cortana, turn on laptop." That would be awesome.
there's got to be a way to do that.
I'm sure there's no way to do that. I'm sure my laptop's not listening to me.
Dan,
I'm sure my laptop.
have you not seen the Edward Snowden story? Everybody's listening all the time, especially the government.
My phone, Apple is listening to me.
That's exactly right. You don't think Microsoft is doing the same?
I don't think my laptop's listening to me.
Oh, heavily
right.
disagree.
Okay, all right.
So on a much lighter note, I have a fun question to ask you. I thought this would be kind of neat. It's a genre question.
Ooh, we start the show with a genre question. Okay.
That's right.
This is different. All right. I'm game. What is it?
I'm curious to know.
Super
what
Mario
is your-
World.
Oh well, I mean, we
Sorry,
all
sorry.
know
It's-
that. Dan.
It's a muscle. It's a muscle.
What's your favorite
Sorry.
RPG? Mario World. What's your favorite tennis game? Mario World. Yeah, I get it. The game is great.
Yeah, the game is awesome.
No. Seriously, what is your favorite fighting game? Not fighting game franchise, but like game. Period.
Favorite fighting game. So you know I have a lot of fighting games. Mm-hmm. Mostly for the Saturn.
Right.
Because my friend Brian loves fighting games, and he
he's on another level. He's
on
up
another
there.
level. Like he doesn't want to be a collector, but if he could collect every fighting game ever made,
He would do that.
he would do that. He would do that.
Well, that's a collector. It's a very specific collector.
He's a niche collector, right? Mm-hmm. So I have big nostalgia for Mortal Kombat 2.
Ooh. Yeah.
Only because, and I think I told the story before, we're the older kids after school. We'd go to the arcade and play Street Fighter all the time. And there was this like pizzeria that no one went to because it was terrible. They had a basement and they had like Mortal Kombat 2 down here. And that's where all those younger kids would go to play.
You got the secret spot. Mm-hmm.
And I would kill everybody in Mortal Kombat 2. So I love Mortal Kombat 2, and it has a secret place in my heart. And it was the first fighting game I got for the Genesis. And I think that was like the first Genesis game I ever like rage quit because I just couldn't beat Shao Kahn like on the hardest difficulty.
Oh yeah, he was cheap, man. He was cheap.
I made it on the hardest difficulty, and I just couldn't beat him for no reason. So I have big nostalgia. I still have my original Mortal Kombat 2 complete for the Genesis. But it's still, I mean, my favorite fighting game. I could just go back and play any, like, right now is Super Street Fighter 2.
Wow. Good pick. Yeah.
I'm not great at it. I'm better at Mortal Kombat than I am Street Fighter. But I do have nostalgia for Street Fighter. I mean, I used to sit during the lunch periods and draw Street Fighter characters. Like, you know, like brand new Street Fighter characters.
You make up new ones, OCs?
I would make up new creations. I would make up new ones
Nice.
and tell all my friends, yo, this guy's going to be in Street Fighter 3. This new guy's going to be in Street Fighter 3. There was no internet, so they couldn't tell me I was wrong.
His name is Dan. And then he turned up in Street Fighter Alpha.
Yeah, there you go. So I love Mortal Kombat 2. It holds a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
But I would have to say a game that I could just go back to anytime and play with my eyes closed, not even think about it, is Super Street Fighter 2 for the Super Nintendo. And I'm not gonna get into like the little, you know, I'm not gonna nitpick and say, oh no, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Street Fighter 2 Championship, Super Street Fighter 2, the Street Fighter 2, the original.
Right.
You pick whichever one. I can play any of them. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Street Fighter 2. Whatever version you want to throw at me.
I got you.
That's my favorite one.
Okay. Well, I feel like I have to answer this question too because I think it's only fair. And you know, I love Tekken. Tekken's my favorite fighting game franchise.
If I had to guess, if you would have told me this before, because I didn't know you were going to give me this question. If I had to guess, I would say like Tekken 3. Like that's what I would guess.
That's very close. It's very close. It is in the Namco family, or now Namco Bandai family. It is not Tekken 3, even though Tekken 3 I think is possibly the best one. It's the most fun, I think.
Okay.
Tekken Tag is also very good, both of them 1 and 2. But it's not Tekken 3. It's a toss up between Soul Calibur 2. And I think I got to give it to Soul Calibur 2.
Wow.
Specifically the GameCube version, because it has Link in it. Just badass. And they brought back the joke weapons in part 2. Yeah, very good game.
I'm going to say something that's blasphemous. I like Soul Edge better than any other Soul Calibur game.
Okay. It's not great.
I played it in arcade. I had it when it was on the PS1.
It's fun. Yeah, I played the crap out of it too.
I must have beat it with like every character because it was like at the time the only new PS1 game I had at the, because back in those days you got one game and you lived and died by that one game.
That's 100% right.
Yeah, but okay, all right. Wow, I would have said I would have said your answer was definitely Tekken. And I'm sure you would probably thought my answer was Mortal Kombat because I love Mortal Kombat. Like whatever.
Yeah,
I love Mortal Kombat.
MK2 and Super Street Fighter 2, amazing. Lots of good memories with those games. Amazing games. Genre-defining games, right? They kind of busted open the door for all the fighting game clones to come, right? You get all the Mortal Kombat knockoffs, all the cheap Street Fighter knockoffs that were not as good. So, yeah.
All right. Yeah, that was a good question to start. All right. So let's start the show, Dave. We have an awesome show this week. Sorry, it's not the retro. You had me.
Not Saturday morning
retro. Not this month. This week we have an awesome show this week. We're going to talk about video game April Fool's gags. We're going to talk about scalpers already scalping the Super Mario 3D All Stars. But we have to begin with some sad news. PAX East has officially been canceled. So this is the first time in 5 to 6 years that we're not going to PAX East. PAX East will be a digital event only. So, I mean, we talked about it, at length that we made it to PAX last year.
Just barely.
Early.
Yeah.
This is early. Well,
That's
barely.
right.
It was early. And we both were complaining about it. I know I was complaining about it being in February. I was like, this is ridiculous. Why is it in February of all
Sometimes
months?
I do that.
It's one of the coldest months, right? We're going to be in Boston, Massachusetts. It's freezing in February, and we made it back just in time to quarantine.
Right before everything shut down. And it's scary times.
So it's officially canceled. I mean, since we started the show, we've been going to PAX. So this is the first time that we're actually not going to PAX.
Yeah,
I got to say, it's a good move. I mean, PAX is in June. Right? This time?
It's the smart move. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I got to be honest. I'm a little bit more excited that it's not it's an online event, and I'll tell you why. Hear me out. June, by all accounts, is shaping up to be a big month, right? E3, Summer Games Fest, and by all accounts, hopefully Sony will do something. Right? They're not. They'll
have some sort of presentation. Yeah.
I mean, and now we have PAX East in June, right? So that means we're going to see a lot of new indie games. So June is going to be a stacked month. So I'm super excited to see what's coming out for new consoles, what retro games are coming out, what games are going to get physical releases. So I think this is going to be an awesome June. I can't wait.
Sure. Now, do you think that Reed Pop, who runs PAX East or whatever, do you think they'd be able to pull it off if they said, "Hey, we're gonna do it"? Because here in New York, 30 and up can get the vaccine, right? One half of Rated G has already got the vaccine now. On the 6th, 16 and up can get the vaccine, right? So that's in New York. I know some states are just wide open. I think maybe Arkansas or Indiana, one of those Midwest states.
Texas.
I mean, well, you can just, everything's just open. But I mean, you can just go and get the shot, right? Yeah. There is no restriction on it. So you know, like if that's the case, if like, you know, a bunch of states are like, yeah, we're good. You can go ahead and get the shot. By the time June rolls around, we should be like, we should have half the country vaccinated, I think.
All right. So if they said, all right, PAX is right now in April, right? Which is I think the first PAX we went to was in April, and I got spoiled because it was, you know, it was pretty warm. It wasn't.
That's the good
cold.
time. That's the good time.
And then it was just freezing for the next 4 years, freezing every year.
I know.
I think there would be so many people that would try to go. Like, what is it, usually 80,000 tickets? It'd be 200,000 people trying to buy 80,000 tickets.
Yeah,
because everyone's itching to leave and get outside. Right?
They sure are.
And they're going to justify in their mind. And I know I would try to justify in my mind. I'm like, listen, I wear 2 masks, I wear some gloves.
You can get honestly, you'll be able to get the vaccine by then.
Even I'm just saying right now, if they said, right now.
If it was happening like tomorrow. Yeah.
If it was happening tomorrow, it would be 80,000 tickets. It would be 200,000 people trying to buy 80,000 tickets.
Jeez.
And they were all justifying their mind. We'll wear 2 gloves. We'll wear 2 masks. Right.
We'll come in a hazmat suit. It'll be a cosplay costume.
We'll all be Breaking Bad. Come like we're in a Breaking Bad episode. So I even asked you. I said, "Would you go if there was an in person?" Right? And I said, "Well, you know, we have to wear masks and gloves." So I was justifying it to you to see if you would want to go,
right.
even before you were vaccinated. So, and even vaccinated, we don't know what's going on, right? You still got to wear masks, still wear gloves. It doesn't mean wear wood.
They're still. It's still up in the air whether you can transmit the disease. It's pretty effective, like 99% effective with like most of the trials or whatever. Yeah. I think just about all of the vaccines are pretty high in that respect. So you're safe from getting it. More or less, there's always a chance, but you're basically safe from getting it. But transmitting is a whole nother situation. So
remember this though. The zombie virus, as we call it.
T-virus is strong, man.
The T-virus.
Wesker don't fuck around.
Can mutate, right? And there are different mutations of it. And PAX is people come from all over the world, right? They go to PAX, right?
That's right.
It's people come, especially if you are a vendor, right? People come from Japan, and people come from Germany, people come from Canada,
Italy, all over the place.
Italy. So even though you're vaccinated, this is a global thing where people are coming from all around the world, and it's always scary when you think about that. So I'm still happy that it's online. Better safe than sorry. New York Comic Con just announced that half of Comic Con in New York, which is in October, so it's in the fall, so hopefully more people will be vaccinated. Half of it will be in person, the other half will be online.
They're doing a 50-50. Yeah, I bet they'll probably do the panels online, right? Because you can do that over Zoom, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe they'll have like vendors there. You can buy the merchandise and comics and all that stuff.
Yeah. So, hopefully after that, it'll start to come back to some normalcy to where things can be 100% capacity when we start of 2022, right?
Yeah.
We just got to keep our eye out on the prize, right? Like, we got to really keep our eyes out on those tickets for PAX 2022 because they're going to sell out even faster.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, because people just want to do stuff, right? Yeah. They don't care what it is. And you get something like PAX East, which is like, in my eyes, like the holy grail of game conventions. People are going to get tickets. Yeah.
All right, let's switch gears. Let's talk about the 3DS. I always try to get the last game released for each system.
Still buying those Just Dances.
Still buying those Just Dances for the Wii. Not even the Wii U, the Wii.
Right.
I paid full price, god damn it.
You got it.
I paid full price.
And they're all sealed. I see them back there. They're all still sealed.
Yeah, you can see the shine off the seal. I try to get the last game.
Right.
The 3DS is no different. I got Persona Q2, the special edition, which is hard to get. Right? I thought that would be the last game released. That game is like probably going to be up there in price, probably rare, and I haven't even opened it yet. But I did play with the. I did open the box. I haven't opened the game.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like we have another 3DS game coming out. It's sort of a shoot 'em up, right? It's like Andros 2 or something along those lines. I should have wrote this down.
It's a remake of Andro Dunos 2.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Andro Dunos 2.
Never heard of this game before. I'm like,
that was
2?
a Neo Geo game, right?
It was an old Neo Geo game, and it looks fantastic. Like the sequel looks super cool. Love the art style. Love the soundtrack.
So Pixel Heart is releasing this. They released the last Wii games, which we both bought, but they were all PAL only.
Shakedown Hawaii. Yep.
The difference is they're releasing a North American version with the ESRB rating.
Very nice. No compatibility issues.
So we won't have any compatibility issues. It is right now there's still the official last release until Limited Run puts something out, because they can make games for the 3DS.
Oh, and they're definitely going to. They're definitely going.
I hope so. But this game is like 45 pounds. So I don't know how that translates. There's definitely over $50 in American.
Yeah, I think
American
the dollar
currency.
is. Yeah.
But speaking of Limited Run just released pre-orders for the Doom collection, Doom 1, 2, and 3.
Nice.
Awesome. I got my pre-order in for the Switch version.
Mm-hmm. Did you get the regular or the collector's edition?
I got to be honest. If I'm going to spend over $100 for a Doom game, it needs to be the original big box PC game.
Those are expensive because they didn't put out many copies.
I have
of the physical box.
Well, I want Doom 2. Mm-hmm. Because I have fond memory. I have nostalgia for that. I remember my father telling me, "Hey, Doom, they're releasing a Doom 2, and you can make your own levels.
Yep.
We gotta get it. We gotta get it." And I remember going to the store and we picked it up and we came home, and this was before Windows. Everything was DOS.
Oh yeah. Yeah, command line CD /Doom, and then Doom.exe, and then you're in the game.
I had to write this down. I can't remember any of that. I was like 10 years old. I kept missing the semicolon.
Yeah.
So I have fond memories of this. So I really want this for Doom 2. I do own Doom 2 for the Game Boy Advance, which is not cheap right now. Went up in price, but I definitely wanted to have this because I have the original Doom for the Super Nintendo, which is terrible. The frame rate is horrible.
It was amazing that they could even do that on the Super Nintendo. But yeah, yes. It's definitely not the best version.
I have Doom 2 on the Game Boy Advance, and I have Doom 3. I have like all the versions of Doom 3 for the Xbox, for the original Xbox.
Right.
So this is cool to get the collection. I still wish they would have kept with the numbering system. I mean, we got Doom 64, which I always thought it was Doom 4 in my head, even though it was Doom 64. It came out before Doom 3,
which was a brand new version of Doom. It had all new levels. They even changed some of the weapons around. There's some new monsters, and they changed the engine up a little bit. There's some new lighting effects in there, and Doom 64 is really good.
So for me, growing up, Final Doom was Doom 3. And like Doom 64 was Doom 4.
Right. Yeah, Final Doom was I think like 1 and 2 in the extra campaign. I think
definitely has some extra levels.
Yeah.
So that's how I took it. And I was like, oh, this is Doom 4. And then Doom 3 came out. So to me, in my head, it will always be Doom 4 came out before Doom 3.
Right. Yeah, man. So you can get, if anyone's interested in getting this bundle, it just, as of this recording,
Good Friday.
As of our recording on Good Friday, you can, which is funny because it's all about hell. you can pre-order your copy of Doom or the special edition of Doom, which comes with all 3 games, special collector's edition steelbook, new levels made by John Romero, the Sigil. I believe that's. Oh wait, no, that's not in here. I'm sorry. It comes with a USB key that's shaped like a floppy disk. That's the thing. The helmet keychain, a little key card, a comic book, and 3 different art prints. Which, hot damn, that's a lot of good stuff in there.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say you pre-ordered the special edition.
I didn't pre-order any of them, Dan.
Oh, okay.
No. I was just looking at the thing, and there's a lot of stuff you get for $80.
Yeah, and I'm good. Just I'll spend the $40 and get the regular one for the Switch. I don't have any room. I don't have any room for any more special editions, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
I can see the shelf. It's brimming.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a collector. I collect special editions for two reasons. One, I really love this franchise or this game.
Sure.
I have a connection with it where I just have to buy the special edition, or it's on clearance because I'm cheap. That's it. I can't afford everything. I'm sorry.
That's how you got the Hitman box. I hipped you to it. I said it's half off.
You did.
You got to get it.
You hit me to it, and I had one of my colleagues go get it because it was in the GameStop near his house, and he ended up mailing it to me. And I said, "No, just wait." And he said, "No, I'm getting it to you."
Oh
and
my
he ended
God.
up mailing it to me.
Ridiculous.
So, yeah, you pay like $20 in shipping, so the game really costs like $70 technically. So, Dave, we're at that part of the show. As we always try to start the show, but epically fail. Dave, what have you been playing?
Dan, it's my favorite part of the show. You know this. I know this. The fans know this.
It's the reason why we started the show.
That's right.
About the games
we get
playing.
to talk about the games we've been playing. So I have only been playing one game. It's been a little busy over here at the Rotino household. No, but I do plan on going back and beating all 96 levels again, because that game is very good. It's
the best Mario game ever made, according to Shigeru Miyamoto.
If Mario 3 didn't exist, then yes, Super Mario World would be the best Mario game ever made. But no, so it's been a little busy.
We're one step closer to converting you.
Converting me? No. I've seen the light, Dad. I've seen the light. Mario 3 has come down from
Mario
the
World.
heavens. All right. Anyway, so I've been playing Hades because I love my roguelikes.
Speaking about hell.
There you go. Bringing it all back around again. I love it. The art style, everything. I mean, we talked about it at length last week. I don't need to speak about it again, but I'm getting pretty good. I got to the boss of the second area. I think there's like 4 major areas that you have to get to. And like the bosses are tough. I can definitely take down the first boss pretty easy because I powered up my dude pretty good, Zagreus or whatever his name is. Can't beat the second boss yet, so I'm still plugging at it. So how about you, Dan?
So I've been playing Hades as well. I know you love roguelike games.
I do.
And I hate roguelike games. I just if you really want to put a game together that I despise, make it an RPG roguelike game that you can't change the difficulty level.
There you go. It's just set to hard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just set to hard. Yeah. You've just done it. I hate this game.
That game has to exist.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. I actually really like Hades. I'm still
nice.
Plowing through. I like the dialogue. I like the art style. The combat's great. I just wish it wasn't a roguelike game where you can sort of memorize the moves and memorize the patterns, so you can sort of get through it, right? And you can get progressively harder as you go. I would love that. That would be great. I find it cute every time you die. Like you come back and everyone has something to say, right?
Yeah, yeah. And the more that you talk to them, the more things unlock.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I don't know if you got there's like it's not quite a diary, but they give you like a book, and if you hit like one of the left triggers, it opens the book up and it'll show you like your progress with certain things, right? And there's like dialogue trees or whatever, so if you talk to Zeus like 20 times, you'll like complete that thing, and then I think you get stuff from that. So every time someone has a little like thing above their head, like
I love go talk to them.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that every time you die, you come back and it's like you have like a new power up or something like that, right?
Yeah.
There's something new for you to help you along your journey. It's super cool. I'm digging it. Don't know how long my patience is gonna last.
Yeah. It's a tough game. It's a tough
Yeah.
game. I'm not gonna lie.
I've been playing a lot of Super Mario 35th anniversary, I guess that Battle Royale online game, which they lied. They said it ended on March 31st, and that's a lie. It ended April 1st, so April Fools, right? It ended midnight April 1st.
Yeah. Okay. Technically, yeah, sure. All right.
Because I played it all day April 1st. I was like, it's still on, it still works. So wow, I was like Googling it. Were we wrong? Is this still going to be going on? Did they extend it? It's still going on April 1st. Maybe they forgot to turn it off. So I never made it to the number 1 spot. I always got number 2 or number 3 or number 7. Those are the 3 spots I always landed.
Yeah.
Okay. So I
did it once. Did it one time.
You got it one time.
I got it one time. Then I'm like, I'm good.
I feel like I was playing with experts because I'm looking at everybody what they're doing, and they're like just like either sitting there not doing anything, right, with time left, or they were like speed running through everything. So I felt like I was playing with the experts. I was playing on hard mode. So I was playing the Demon Souls version of like Super Mario 3 All Stars.
Well, you got to think when it like gets down to the end of a timed event, you're gonna get the hardcore people still going at it, right? Just putting all the time in.
Yeah. So number 3, it was number 2. I got number 2 a bunch of times. Number 3, I mostly came in number 3. So like bronze, I got the bronze like the most out of anything. So I'm happy I'm on the podium.
Nice.
But I never had that number 1 spot. So I was playing a lot of that. But I have the Xbox. I have the Series X.
X gonna give it to you.
X is gonna give it to you, or Wakanda Forever.
There you go, or Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda
he was
Forever.
doing the Xbox sign. People didn't realize.
Side. We didn't know that. They didn't know Wakanda was biased on the video games.
Right. God,
so,
rip Chadwick Boseman too. Jeez.
Oh yes, listen, he's won Oscar, like he's won so many awards for that last movie, and that last movie was,
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom was
see
fantastic.
That movie. You can get it on Netflix, I think, or Amazon.
Yes, no, Netflix.
Netflix has it. It is a fantastic movie. My God,
it is a fantastic movie. He deserved all the awards he got.
Yeah,
anyway. I've been playing the Xbox. So I played and sort of, I guess I beat the demo of Outriders on the PS5.
Nice.
Now that I got the Xbox, I got the bundle from GameStop. Big shout out to GameStop, who commented on our Instagram.
Yeah, you got the official comment.
So I got because I wouldn't have a PS5 or an Xbox
if it wasn't
Series
for them.
X if it wasn't for the $1,000 bundles they put out.
So you got to give them like half thanks, right? It's like, thanks, but you could have not put $1,000 worth of stuff in there. Maybe like $700 worth of stuff.
I got what I paid for, right? I didn't give anybody 100%
markup. Yeah.
Good. So I got to say, I've been playing Outriders. Servers are down all day, so I played more of it on the PS5 than I did the Xbox. And the game is out today, so that's.
I was gonna say we gotta play, but if the servers are down,
and I finally played Cyber Shadow.
Nice.
Because I have it. I got it on Games Pass. I have 3 free months Games Pass. So I played played Cyber Shadow. That game is hard.
It's tough.
It's NES tough. It's NES tough.
It's Ninja Gaiden, but fair, I think.
Oh no way. I think Ninja Gaiden is fair. This ain't fair.
Ninja Gaiden definitely not fair. You have respawning enemies and like
okay.
They're positioned to like hit you and knock you off the level.
All right, no. We're gonna argue about it.
Come on now. Let's get into it.
All right, we're gonna get into it. So Ninja Gaiden. Yes, it had some glitches where the enemies were respawned.
Like if you move like a pixel to the left and then go back to the right,
they will respawn.
Yeah, terrible.
And if you get hit in a certain spot, it pushes you back and you may fall off a platform.
Always.
That's a cheap death. Death. I give you that. The original Ninja Gaiden had cheap deaths. Cyber Shadow just throws so many damn enemies at you.
Yeah, but you can work out the pattern.
It's hard for no reason. No reason at all.
Well, it is. It's hard to be. It wants to be a challenging game. Come on now, get into it.
You're supposed to be progressively challenging, not out the gate challenging.
It's not that bad. Get out of here.
It's bad. I'm sorry.
This guy, you're used to playing on easy mode over here.
Listen, come on.
You're used to having Sully from Uncharted hold your hand and go, "Come here, kid. I got you."
Can I get through the first level, please? Can I at least get through the first level without a challenge? Yeah, no.
First level was not bad.
I'm in the fifth level. I made it to the fifth level.
Oh, see? You're more than halfway through the game.
It took me all day to get there. Thank God we have save states.
All day to get halfway through the game? I think that's pretty good.
No,
I think it's pretty good.
I'm glad
I don't know.
Save states.
I don't know.
Listen, you want to talk about? Listen, I really do like the controller, the Xbox Series X controller. I like the D-pad. This is to me, this is the Elite controller D-pad. I always put this D-pad on the Elite controller because you can, change. You can
swap them out. Yeah.
Love that D-pad. I almost broke my controller and I just got it. Almost broke.
Jesus,
I almost threw it at
It
the
is
TV.
not that serious. It
is that serious. It's the stupid little hive that breaks out of nowhere, and they got the two buzzing bees or whatever. They just fly. They fly off screen and then come from the bottom and then hit you for no reason. They should be dead. Why? They went off screen. As soon as they go off screen, they should be gone. They shouldn't be able to come back.
But you see him coming back. Where in Ninja Gaiden, you don't see him until you've already committed to the jump.
But they're gonna respawn. Don't. Yes, you do. If you play Ninja Gaiden, they're gonna respawn.
If you played it for a while, but even then, they still like respawn.
I'm sorry, those little hive things are made by the devil.
You can kill them. You can kill them. 2 shots, and you can kill the hive.
Just saying, it's tough for no reason. That's all I'm saying.
It's challenging.
I'll end it.
And it's a fair challenge. I disagree.
I'd say it's an unfair challenge in certain parts, but I like the game. I like the mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
I like the aesthetic. I think the messenger is better.
Have you been powering up your character?
That's
you're making it harder on yourself. That's a main core mechanic of the game. You get the little chips and you can upgrade your character.
Yes. I've been powering up, but I hate powering up. I just go through regular. I can make it to the last boss with like the regular sword. That's how I play it.
You got to get all the little. You got every time you go to the save station too. Use your damn chips. Get all the damn upgrades.
I have used I've used the stupid chips. I've used the stupid chips. Okay. All right.
Good.
All right. So I've played with the Xbox. I've had it for a few days.
Mm-hmm.
I've had the PS5 for like a month or 2 months at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I have both. I will say I love both. Right, I've retired my PS4 Pro. I've retired my my Xbox One X Scorpio Edition.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think the PS5 controller is better. Like I feel like it's a next gen controller. I've played Outriders on both systems, and the controller, the haptic feedback on the DualSense controller just feels so much better than the Xbox controller, right? Like when you play Outriders, I mean, it's not a spoiler, you can get the demo.
Yeah.
And the big trucks are coming through the woods and they're knocking down trees, which
in the intro,
it's terrible, by the way. It's terrible for the environment of that planet.
Well,
but
yeah, you got a regular Captain Planet over here.
Yeah. So I can feel the rumble of like the truck going through the woods and going through the mud and the grass and pushing down the trees. Where on the Series X controller, it just rumbles. Like it doesn't change. The rumble doesn't change. It's the same type of rumble.
It's less immersive. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, there's been talks that Microsoft is gonna try and add that in.
100%. Whatever the PlayStation does, the Xbox is going to try to mimic, and whatever Xbox does, PlayStation is going to try to mimic.
Sure,
I have
yeah.
no doubt. I have no doubt about it. But right now, they haven't mimicked each other, and the DualSense just feels so much better. Now, I haven't had that game to get me to play over like 200 hours yet, so I haven't experienced any DualSense drift, right? Because that's been a problem that people said that they've been.
Oh, a lot of people have been saying like they just leave it still and it just. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I have controller drift on my Wii U Pro controller.
Yep.
So it's not a Switch thing. It's not a Nintendo thing. Again, I have it on my Wii U Pro controller. Switch has it. Apparently, the DualSense has it, and the Pro controller, the Elite controller for Xbox has it. So Xbox is not exempt from this issue. They have it on their Elite controllers.
I mean, at least it's not the Elite controller.
The regular controller, yeah. No,
right. Even though, like, the Elite controller should be the one that's manufactured better, right? Which you would think would not have, the Joy-Con drift. But
so I haven't had any issues with the controller. And I like both controllers. I just think the PS5 controller feels more like a next step forward compared to the Xbox controller, which just feels like a mid-fresh, upgrade. I mean, I love that D-pad, right? To me, it's just the D-pad and the little marks in the back
on the backside. Yeah, it feels nice. It feels nice.
Yeah, it feels for better grip, and I like that. But it doesn't feel. There's
not enough innovation there.
They could do that on the regular Xbox controller, right? So
sure,
iterate on that. So that's what they did. The Xbox Series X, when I put Yakuza Like a Dragon in to install, it chugged and chugged and chugged. It chugged more than my PS5 did when I put Cyberpunk in it. I haven't experienced any issue with any noise with my PlayStation 5. I know people.
Oh, that's not what people say.
I haven't experienced any noise other than Cyberpunk.
Loud.
I just took
loud.
I just took it as it's Cyberpunk, so of course it's going to screw.
No. It is a loud system according to the internet.
Well, I know we're not doing this live. I wish I could tell people to go check our Instagram. I posted the video on our on our stories.
Right. Yeah,
the Xbox chugging with the Yakuza game. Like it's the loudest.
You sent that to me too. That was unusually loud. Mine is not that loud.
Yeah,
mine is not that loud. So
to be fair, I gotta because I'm a fair gamer. I put in Assassin's Creed, Valhalla, and Whisper Quiet.
There you go.
I don't know. And Spider-Man Miles Morales, when I put that into my PlayStation, didn't hear anything. I heard a little bit, and it was like.
Well, this is when you're playing the game or when you're installing the game.
Both.
Okay. Because the install process, it's gonna spin up as fast as possible to try and get the data off. All right.
So I don't really hear it when I'm playing it unless I'm playing Cyberpunk. Yakuza Like a Dragon, the install. It chugged and chugged. I can hear it 10 miles away.
But how was it when you were playing the game?
Once I played it, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, okay.
But the top of the Xbox was super hot.
Sure. Yeah, so. It's not ideal. You want your system to be as quiet as possible, but I get it during the install. I'd rather have it during the install than have it during gameplay.
True.
I'll tell you that.
No.
Totally. You get an hour to go like this, it's like, it's not that bad. But.
So there are just no new experiences or games, not enough for the Xbox. Right?
Yeah.
The games I had for the Xbox are the games I already had for this. I could play on the Series X, on the Xbox One X. All right. I was playing Yakuza Like a Dragon. I was playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I was playing Watch Dogs Legion. So now I have those, and the Xbox is super fast. I'm not gonna lie, and Games Pass is pretty good. Not gonna. It's
Games Pass is great, man.
It's kind of great. Outriders. You could just play the game.
Yep.
Flat out.
Yep.
And then wait for it to be cheap in stores, and then you can buy the physical edition. Which is what I'm gonna do.
Right.
So.
All right, you do that with Cyber Shadow. Do it with all the great indie games. You just play them on there until you beat them, and then if and when a physical comes out, got to pick that up.
But right now, out the gate, I just want to say play. I would say if I had to pick one right now, I would say PlayStation, just because I have Miles Morales, I have Astrobot, Demon Souls, which is still sealed for some
You're never
people.
gonna play
Not
it.
me.
You're never gonna.
Not me.
You can't say Demon Souls
me.
when you're never gonna play it. That
Well,
doesn't
for
count.
some people, I said for some people. Not
Okay.
Me. I said some people, not me. Demon is
all right,
still
all
sealed.
right.
It's right behind me. It's still sealed. Like, I put Demon Souls right up there with Just Dance for the Wii. All the years, it's sealed and probably never going to be open.
Yeah, you're never gonna play it. I know,
I'm
which is
never gonna-
fine. I mean, it's not your game.
The Pathless is exclusive for the PS5.
Yeah.
Right? That's a damn good indie game that people need to pay attention to. It's not something that should be here at launch, to be honest. It is a filler game, right? If you have those 3 or 4 big time exclusives, that's something that, the Pathless should be there to pad it out.
Right.
But I mean, it's not good enough to be like, buy a PS5. No, not at all.
So you're saying it's not a system seller?
It's not a system seller. I have Devil May Cry, the special edition, and I have Godfall, which is also exclusive to PlayStation 5, which is
Timed
also
exclusive?
maybe,
I think.
maybe
Yeah.
a timed exclusive. So it's just more games to play right now on here on the PlayStation 5. And again, Astrobot puts it over the edge for me because I love the controller. I love the DualSense. It just makes more sense for me. But I love how fast the Xbox is. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you get into a game,
Well, it's quick.
like that.
Yeah.
So, and the PlayStation is just as quick. Not gonna lie, the PlayStation is just as quick. It is, but Xbox has like a smart resume feature, which makes sense because they, have a lot of digital games.
They'll cash up to 6 games, I think. That you
Yeah,
can
but they're
just
trying to
get right
push
back
games.
into.
They're trying to push Games Pass, which is digital games. So you have that quick resume. So if you have 6 games installed, you can get up. You can just jump into right where you left off on all 6 games. Compared to the PlayStation, which doesn't have that, but it doesn't take forever to get into a game if you want to load it up.
Right.
Especially if you have the disc. If you have the disc in, it loads up pretty quickly too. So I just need more games to play. That's all. I just need more games. On that note, why don't we take a break? When we come back, we'll get into our top gaming news of last week.
Hey, this is Matt Adler, freelance journalist for IGN, and you're listening to Rated G for Gamers podcast.
And we're back. All right, Dave. Let's get into the top gaming news of last week. We have to start with all the April Fool's jokes or gags that was
right.
out there.
That happened just yesterday.
Well, one of them wasn't really April Fool's, but it was April Fool's for Kotaku. I got to talk about this first. So they put out a story saying Halo Infinite was delayed until 2022. They got this story from I think a Twitter account or a website. They didn't verify the authenticity of this Twitter account or website, right? And it turned out to be a fake one. So they had to print a retraction. So
That's kind of funny. They forgot what day it was.
So this wasn't technically April Fool's, but it was April Fool's because it was on April Fool's. It was fun. It was so funny. I thought it was April Fool's joke too.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be real, but it was April Fool's on Kotaku.
Right.
So that was fun.
That's awesome.
But some of these April Fool's jokes, I mean, you got Smite on the go, right? Smite Go from Pokemon Go.
Right.
I thought that was funny. That was weird. I was like, is that a real one? Is that something real? I sort of got caught with this. I got caught. They caught me. Dragon Ball Z with the zombies.
Oh, Doken the Dead. Yeah.
That could be real. Why isn't that real?
I know.
Why isn't that real? I want to have a Dragon Ball Z with zombies. That'd be great.
I know. Well, you remember when whoever made, I guess it was Ubisoft, when they dropped the trailer for Far Cry Blood Dragon on April Fool's. So You never know,
Yeah.
but I'm assuming this has been debunked already.
Well, you want to talk about things that are real?
Mm-hmm.
Platinum dropped the game that was like a shoot 'em up game that they're making. Right? It was their April Fool's joke from last year. I should have pulled it up. I didn't have it in front of me, so I forgot the name.
Right.
They announced it. They announced it yesterday, but it's a real game. It really is a game.
Nice.
So I thought that's pretty funny. That's how you get people. You announce it. I mean, Michael Strahan got me with the he closed the gap. He went to the dentist. Did you see that?
No, but that's fantastic.
So you didn't see that. So all right. So Michael Strahan, we don't know, New York Giants. He works for ABC, right?
One of the best players of all time on the Giants.
Good Morning America. He's a correspondent in Good Morning America. He had this whole documentary about how he's fixing the gap. He wants to do it for himself. He went to the dentist. They did a mold of his mouth, and they're working on his teeth, and they did a big reveal because he's looking at it, and you can't see it because the mirror's in front of him, and he takes it down, and he has a full set of teeth, and there's no gap. And everyone, all the ladies are going, oh, my God, he looks amazing. He's so handsome. He's like 50 years old. And then he announced today it was all fake. He got the gap. He had the mask on. And he was like, people are saying it's fake, and he pulled it down, and he said, I'm never getting rid of the gap. So he got me. It's
iconic for him. He's making it work.
He got me. I'm not gonna lie. He got me. I thought it was real. Real.
It's a big gap in his front two teeth too. Like it's sizable.
He has two gaps. He has a big gap in the front and then a small gap on the side.
Oh yeah.
So
I feel like at this point you kind of just you're already become comfortable with it. Why even bother?
Yeah.
Just let it go.
Well, the funny thing is when he supposedly quote unquote got rid of the gap. Everybody, all the ladies were disappointed. Everybody was disappointed. Like people were like, I looked up to you because I have a gap, and you got, you disappointed me. And then it was a joke. He didn't get rid of the gap, and everyone was like, oh my God, you look so good with the teeth, with no gap. You look so good. You should have had it. Oh my God. So you can't make anybody happy, right? You just can't make anybody happy. And that's why I love April Fools. So. Also, they had the long cable.
Oh, right? the 50 the 500 meter USB charging cable.
Come on, that should be real.
That's fantastic. It's on like one of those giant industrial construction spools.
That should be real. That should be real.
You can still have it connected when you go to visit your friends in other towns.
That's ridiculous. Come on. The Super Mario RPG 2, I didn't believe. But I thought that was a good try. I didn't believe that.
It's a pretty good, it's a pretty good, like, little splash screen they put together, but, yeah.
And Platonics says Yuka has been kicked out of ukulele. I thought that was funny. Yeah. I thought that was funny. And then Hyper King got into the jokes. And they had, because look, Hyperkin always has these like weird machines that plays retro games, and they had this super. It's never super, it's super big boy that plays like every retro game ever, right? Single and multiplayer sessions on the go.
Yeah, it's got a keypad on top. It's got a radio in there, an antenna, weird charging port, Super Nintendo connector. Ugh, it's ridiculous.
So I will say, Michael Strahan got me. Michael Strahan did get me and I did believe Kotaku. So April Fools on me. I did believe Kotaku when they said it was delayed into 2022. We actually were going to start the show when I was putting the show together. Because every day I look through the news, I look through Twitter, I see what news is out there. I saw this article, and we were probably going to start the show with Halo Infinite's been delayed again.
Yeah. That'd be crushing.
So
that'd be crushing.
What should have been an April Fool's joke, but isn't, is actually a real story. It looks like E3. There were claims that E3 were going to, the ESA were going to put E3 2021, which is a digital show. They're going to put it behind a paywall. The ESA has come out and refute those claims that it's not going to be put behind a paywall. But you know what I think happened? This is what I think happened. I think they thought about putting it behind a paywall and pitched that idea, and people said, I think that's a bad idea. And then they scrapped it, but then that leaked and went out, and everybody ran with it.
That is 100% what happened. Because somebody said, hey, wouldn't this be a good idea? And everybody else said, oh, no. You can't do that. Because, like...
What is it? It doesn't make any sense. If you think about it. Because if you put it behind a paywall, let's say $20, $30, $10, whatever it costs, you're not in a controlled environment. You're at home. So you can just record it on your laptop and then put it out on YouTube.
Put it out there, right? You didn't sign any NDAs, right? You just bought a ticket.
And even if you did sign NDAs, people still try to sneak stuff when they go behind closed doors in a controlled environment.
Yeah. So this stuff's going to be out like next day. So you're not really getting any front row seat to any of this stuff.
No.
I'm glad that's not happening. Whether they talked about it behind the scenes or not, it's going to be free, which is great. But it's still going to be digital, right?
It's still going to be an all digital event, and that's fine. I'm all for it. I can't wait. Again, I tell you, I'm looking forward. I think this is going to be a really good June E3 time, right? Like, to me, E3 2021 is all of June. It's not a week. It's not a couple of days. It's all of June. Jeff Keighley said Summer Games Fest isn't going to be all summer long. It's just going to be in June. He's going to condense it to a month. We already know E3 is going to be like 3-4 days. I forgot the actual dates, but they're in like the teens, so they're like the middle of the month, right? And hopefully Sony, who's not a part of E3, does something in that time frame.
Oh yeah,
right in June. And then we just talked about earlier in the show, PAX is going to have PAX Online, right, in June. So I look forward to June. June is going to be a big month. So
yeah, it is.
I think that's going to be awesome. And yeah, don't put E3 behind don't put E3 behind a paywall. That's just that sucks.
Hashtag free to E3.
Yeah, free to E3. I'll pay $20 for PAX because PAX is a small sort of like, they're not a huge.
It's 80,000 people. Then it's pretty big.
Yeah, but they got a lot of overhead. They got to pay for a lot of things. So
I mean, yeah, I guess I see where you're coming from. You want to support. You want to support. Gabe and Mike and everything they're doing. Right, running the whole show because it does take a lot of work. It does.
They're not pulling up to the PAX in a Ferrari or anything. I mean, so.
No, but yeah.
And, I'm not paying more than $20 for this online PAX, and I think most of that PAX stuff is it? I don't remember because I didn't do PAX online like the PAX West, PAX Prime online. I think it's for access to demos and panels. Really, I think that's what the
and I think they also had like online gaming sessions where you go like head to head and chat with fellow PAXers, right? PAX attendees, right? So there was a little bit of a community too, but I think it's really about the panels and all that and the exclusive demos.
So let's talk about the game that we discovered it, Dave. We discovered this game.
That's right.
We put Matt onto this game. So
we put everybody at PAX onto this game. So you guys,
I think we put IGN onto this game. IGN owes us a big, because I think I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna claim it. We found this game.
That's right. Where you at, IGN? Where's the thanks? Come on. Yeah. We're not bitter. We just want the credit. That's all.
I just want to be on Game Scoop and try 20 questions. That's all I want. Come on, Damon, if you're listening. So Ghost Runner, all right? We found Ghost Runner. It's a good game. It's Katana Zero in first person, right? That's the best way to explain it.
100% agree. Yep.
I like this game. I don't love this game. It's not a Danny game. It's not a Dan game by any means. It's a Dave game, right?
It's very much a Dave game. I love it. But, and it's beautiful too. Ooh.
But I want to say, so 505 Games just acquired Ghost Runner IP, right? So it's a part of their stable. If you don't know who 505 Games is, they're mostly a publisher. And they've published lots of games. They published Sniper Elite 2, Payday 2, Dead by Daylight, Control, and I think
They own the Puzzle Quest franchise.
And they own the Puzzle Quest. Well, they own the Puzzle Quest. I'm just talking about the publishing.
Oh, sure.
Credits.
Yeah.
And they also, the biggest game they published was Death Stranding on PC.
Right.
So
it's pretty big.
That's definitely like awesome.
Oh,
huge.
Let's not forget Control.
Well, I said Control.
Oh, you did.
Control.
Okay.
Yeah. Which was IGN's Game of the Year in 2019.
Right. So their catalog, right, as like a publisher, I guess, right, is pretty good. I'm curious what they see in Ghost Runner. Obviously, they see this as a franchise. To me, this was just like a one-off game. We're going to make this really cool game that has amazing graphics, and it'll just kind of be, one and done. Here's a little story. It's really all about the kind of free-running mechanics, jumping off walls and sliding and slowing down time and dodging and all that. And I'm like, all right, this is like super cool. Like, I could see a sequel. Sure, they could make new mechanics and build out the game world and all that, but I just assume this is a one and done. But if you're going to buy the IP, you're thinking there's a Ghost Runner 2 and a Ghost Runner 3 in the works. At minimum.
Yeah, I just played the demo. I mean, I didn't think about saying it for games we're playing because I really didn't spend more than maybe 15, 20 minutes. I played the Switch demo, and it works perfectly on a Switch. Honestly, if I'm going to play this game, I'm either going to play it on PC or the Switch. I'm not going to play it on my PS5 or my Xbox.
Oh.
So,
but you need the visual fidelity. The Switch is going to be the worst one in terms of the looks,
Yeah, but in terms of mechanics, mouse and keyboard, definitely.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna play it on a console, I sort of just like it. It's just something that I can't. I'm not gonna sit here and do like The Last of Us and play like 8 straight hours of it. Right. Like I'm gonna play like maybe a level or two, and then put it down. And that's great for the Switch because I can do it on the go. Even though I'm not going anywhere.
Right. But potentially,
yes,
when the zombie apocalypse is over, you could play it on the go.
We can play it on the go, and that's just something that I would play on the go, 100%. And the demo, again, not a game that it's not a Dan game by any means, but because it's not a Dan game, I would like it on the Switch, and because I want it in short. I want it in short increments or short bursts. That's it. I don't want to sit here and play for 8 straight hours. I can't do it.
Right. Well, what do you think of the move about them like buying the IP? Like
100%. I figured THQ would do something like this, and I think they had a lawsuit with THQ like a year or two ago over something over another IP. But
really,
yeah. I thought THQ would snatch this up. If you asked me who would buy this, I thought THQ.
Yeah,
would buy
wow. You think it's got some legs like that? Okay. I don't know. Like, would I play it?
You could do a PC port, not a PC, a mobile port, right? You could have like a mobile version of this. Not the same thing, but you could do something similar to where you just have to swipe up, swipe left, swipe down.
Sure, you could do a mobilized. Yeah.
You can mobilize this game, 100%.
I mean, I wouldn't play it, but you could definitely make some money off it for sure. Yeah.
So, well, speaking of IP, Bungie looks like they have a new IP they're working on, and it's going to launch in 2025. Well, at least they have a sort of a hard date in mind internally that they want to put this out in 2025. This kind of makes sense, right? I mean, they broke off from Blizzard Activision, right? They're on their own.
And retain the rights
to Destiny.
All that Destiny which is money. The thing. They still own the rights to. How did Activision Blizzard? How did their lawyers let that slip? I'm sorry.
No, the CEO let it go. He let it go. Well, who's no longer there, by the way.
I know. He was the one who probably let that slip.
He let them go with Destiny. I mean, look. So I forgot what other games Bungie has made in the past. I know I own some retro games that Destiny has made. I keep saying Destiny. They're the Destiny company. Bungie has made, but
I mean, besides Halo.
But the biggest games that they've made are Halo and Destiny, right? Destiny.
Stubbs the Zombie too. That was also Bungie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think so.
I
think it was.
Was it?
Oh, you know what?
No, that was Ubisoft.
Stubbs the Zombie was made by Jason something or other, who was part of Bungie and then broke off. I think that's the story. Yeah.
Gotcha. I want to see him. I want to see him do something totally different than the first-person shooter. I don't want to see another Halo. I don't want to see another Destiny 3, even though Destiny 3 will be in the works. But I don't want to see that. I want to see something totally different. I mean, look at Guerrilla. Right? Guerrilla they were the Killzone studio for the longest.
Yeah.
And they just went left field and did Horizon Zero Dawn.
And it was fantastic.
Horizon 2. So, and people love that game. Even though, not going to lie, I like Horizon. It just didn't connect with me.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah, I 100% agree. I don't know what it was.
I tried to really get into that game, and I like it. I like it, but compared
you don't
to
like
other,
it.
I only have 2 likes, not 3 likes. Like I like it,
Right.
like it, but I don't
Right.
like it. Right? I don't love it. if I'm stacking it up next to the God of Wars and the Last of Us, and Uncharted, it's at the bottom of the list. Even
Right.
Ratchet and Clank was fantastic, right? Like I rather Ratchet and Clank over Horizon. That's just my personal opinion. It didn't connect with me, and I think maybe because I want them. Maybe Aloy, who I love as a character, and I love that she's like the new mascot, right? For Sony. Maybe keep Aloy as a kid in the first game and explore that, how she feels as a innocent kid who's wondering why she's not being accepted by the community, right? Like explore that more, and then the second game she's an adult, right? Maybe do that. Maybe that's what I wanted. Maybe that would have connected with me better, right? Because I think we share that, and growing up being a nerd, you kind of like feel like the outcast.
100%. Yeah.
Which is why I love the Life is Strange, the first game, as much as I do, and I can't recommend it enough. Like, Dave, you got to play that game and beat that game.
I know.
Maybe that's what I want. Maybe I would connect it more if that would have happened. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Horizon wouldn't have been as good if they would have did it that way.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's my issue with it. Although that is like kind of interesting. I just think the aesthetic really didn't drag me in. I wasn't invested in the main character and the story. I mean, I understood all the effort that went into the game, and it legit is a good game. It's got good bones in it. It's got good systems, but I don't know. I put maybe 5-10 hours, and I'm like, eh.
Wow, I put. Collectively, I put 20 hours, but I want to say I did 10 hours left because then Zelda came out, right? Breath of the Wild.
Yep.
And then I went back and put another 10 hours. I started it over, and it just never got me.
Yeah. I don't know.
It never got me. So, but a new IP, I want something totally different. That's the whole point. I want do something totally different. I don't know what I want them to do. I just don't want them to do a first-person shooter. Go experiment. Do something wild. Do a Death Stranding.
Oh my God. Yes.
Do a Bungie Stranding game. That's what I want.
I would love
a Stranding.
to see Bungie take on that. Yeah.
Do a Stranding game. That's what I want. So, all right, let's switch gears. We talked about Xbox or Microsoft. Not really Xbox. It's Microsoft, who spent $7 billion for ZeniMax or Bethesda. Because that's the name that you're really buying.
Yep.
And they spent $7 billion here and a $250 million here and then $500 million here. What is Sony doing? Sony just brought Insomniac. That's all they did. All right, but they're cultivating relationships, putting money in, and getting exclusives. But Sony is Microsoft. Well, Microsoft is more of a software company. Sony is an entertainment company as well, right? They're hardware and entertainment. So they spent $1.1 billion to buy Crunchyroll.
Wow.
But that deal still, we didn't cover it. We didn't cover it before because this deal has been in the works for a long time. I think since last year at some point. but it still hasn't gone through yet, and it's facing scrutiny, in the government. I'm guessing because there are not a lot of anime centric places like apps and whatever where you can get just straight anime from.
Crunchyroll is the big one. That's number one, I think, in terms of streaming services specifically for anime.
Now remember, anime is like bigger in Japan than it is over here, but it's still big over here.
Sure,
across the world. And Crunchyroll is the biggest app or company to put out anime.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta be honest, I really don't see Crunchyroll anywhere else other than in my Sony, like advertised at least, and other than my Sony, PS3, PS4.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh.
I don't really see Crunchyroll anywhere else.
I think
I honestly just thought Sony owned Crunchyroll anyway.
Ah.
On the Vita, it's like it's an app for the Vita.
I think they do very targeted advertising because I've definitely seen it around, but yeah. So you're not gonna see it on like Channel 4 or anything like that, but you'll see it on IGN in the sidebar, sure, or you'll see it on Funimation or whatever.
And I always use the free version, so I didn't know they were worth $1 billion. I didn't know they were worth $1 billion.
Yeah,
so
man. They pretty much have like all of the anime on there that you could ever want.
So
Sony, you just stream it.
So Sony is taking a different approach because they're a different company. Again, Microsoft. I bring this up because it's fascinating that Microsoft is a software company where they're transitioning to maybe not the next generation, maybe not generation 10, but beyond 10. They're not going to make any hardware, and they're just going to be a service-based company.
Yeah, they're gearing to be a SaaS company, right? Software as a service. Yeah.
Yeah. And Sony, where Steve Jobs famously said, like he got inspiration from Sony because Sony always made like cool looking stuff, right? And that's what he wanted for Apple, to make cool looking stuff, right? Their stuff has to look cool, and that's true. Like again, I said, what I always say: if we want to make the perfect video game company, Microsoft makes the UI. Nintendo makes the first party games, and Sony makes the machine, right? Because they make sexy machines. My PS5 may be the biggest console I ever had, but it looks like a piece of IKEA furniture. I can't deny that. It does. It looks futuristic.
It's got a nice black and white motif on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like it should be in Star Trek. I'm sorry.
Right.
It should be in Spock's living quarters on Enterprise.
So it's if Sony does end up buying Crunchyroll, which I think it's just a lot of hoops they got to jump through, but I think they'll get there because I think they're the only one that's like really in the market at 1.1 billion, right? I don't think a lot.
No, don't worry. We're gonna get another bid for 2.3 billion from Microsoft. God. They're gonna undercut them by another billion.
Imagine, but no, like if they like do end up getting it, that is legit part of the PlayStation Plus membership, right? You get a thing for Crunchyroll,
and everybody in Japan is going to die for a PlayStation.
That's right. That's
platform,
right.
Whatever it is, play PS5, 6, 7, Vita 2. They're going to want
Vita 2. Oh, you just snuck that in there.
I had to. I had to. They're going to want to see their anime, right?
Right.
Anime is big over there. So, I mean, honestly, I'm so surprised that during quarantine I haven't did two things: work out more and watch, the new Dragon Ball series because I love Dragon Ball.
Oh well, I'm not surprised about the first one. I'm a little surprised about the second one. It is very easy to not exercise, Dan. Trust me. I started out the quarantine strong, and then I just fell asleep somewhere during the middle of the year.
I know.
It's tough.
So, I mean, listen, the $7 billion went through for Microsoft. Hopefully, the
7.5. Can't forget that 0.5 down.
All right. Okay, the 0.5. All right, just like the 1.1. Don't forget about the 1. Okay? Don't forget about the 1
billion. That's right. That's important. It's important.
Okay.
I mean, that one is 100 million. 1.1 billion, right?
Yeah.
That's 100 million right there. So that's not anything to sneeze at.
Don't forget about the one. Don't
Yeah.
forget about the one.
Yeah. I would kill for the one, let alone the billion.
I'll kill for a quarter of the one.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'll take 100 grand.
Yeah.
I'll take $1 million, 25 million, whatever that is. Yeah.
I know.
Jeez.
You know how many little Samsons I could buy?
You know how many game collections I could buy? Forget Little Samson.
Hey, screw that. You know what I can buy now? Now I can buy Super Mario 3D All Stars. I can buy a bunch of them.
God. Yes.
You know why? Because we're gonna end today by saying, "We told you so, Nintendo." Mm-hmm. Nintendo has ended Super Mario 3D All Stars selling. They stopped selling it digitally and physically in stores. Mm-hmm. Well, if the stores still have it, they're gonna sell it, but I don't think they're gonna produce anymore.
Yep.
And they're selling scalpers. They're selling them on eBay for insane prices. I mean, they have it listed for $2,000, $1,000, and $500. They haven't sold for that. They have it listed for that. But if you look at the sold column in eBay, they've sold for $80, $90, $100, and some even sold that much for just the card itself.
Oh my God! The cart? It's in a plastic shell, and the game has been out for a couple of months. How do you lose the case? Come on now.
Listen, my dog ate it. That's why. My dog ate it.
Boy, you better take your dog to the vet. I don't think it's going to be able to digest the plastic. Holy shoot. I'm looking at some of these listings in the 5-figure range that people are trying to get for it.
Yes.
Get out of here.
And they're 10 years too early.
Get out of here.
They're 10 years too early. It's not selling that in 2021. It's going to do that in 2031, maybe.
Maybe. You can't even get 25,000 for Air Raid for the Atari, one of the rarest games of all time. You can't even get that for Tetris for the Genesis, which only 6 copies exist. I don't even think you could pull in 25,000.
That's it. Well, you know what? If I had that one, I could buy all those games easily.
Oh, this is
the last gamer has 2 Tetris Genesis games in box.
I know. He's got 2 out of the 6. He's got 1/3 the amount of games that were ever created in the world.
They just gave it to him.
Oh, he had to connect that.
Sega just gave it to him. They were just hey, do you want this? And he was just like, yes. Sure, I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take this cart that never actually came out. Sure. Jesus, that's insane, man. I hate it. I mean, we all hate it.
I know.
It's terrible.
So, all right, so that's it for the news. That's it. Dave, you got any good weekend plans?
It's Jesus' weekend. It's Easter. I'm going home to see the family. Haven't seen him in a while. Jesus. That's right. We're going to go home. We're going to have the turkey that we didn't get to have at Christmas, so it's going to be a good time. No ham this year. Going all in on the...
That must be a stale turkey. It's been sitting around since Christmas.
I hope not. We didn't get a turkey at Christmas. It was just too tough. Pandemic was in high swing. So we're having turkey, baby. It's Christmas too. Or Thanksgiving too. Sorry. Thanksgiving too. It's going to be a good time. So I go home for a couple days, come back. So it should be a good time. How about you?
I'm just going to relax. Play some Xbox. I mean, I didn't say this on the last show, but
you finally come around and understand that Super Mario Bros. 3 is the greatest game of all time? Because you don't have to say it. I see it in your eyes.
No, I didn't go insane or anything. But I will say, I did lose my aunt last 2 weeks ago. And we did this. We still did the show. We powered through, powered through. I did the funeral. We had a funeral, sort of a semi-funeral, a social distance funeral for my aunt last week, and we did the show sort of right before, and I kept it together. And I just want to say, I do miss my aunt, and I love you. Cancer sucks. It really does. And I have a new appreciation for what's that mobile game that everyone loves? What's the biggest mobile game that everyone loves?
Candy Crush?
Yeah, what's the biggest mobile game? Candy Crush.
Candy Crush.
I have a new appreciation for Candy Crush because My aunt loved Candy Crush.
Aw.
My aunt loved Candy Crush, and now I do too.
Aw.
So I have it on the phone. I gotta be honest. I don't really talk about this on the show, but I still play Mario, Super Mario Run on the phone, on my phone, on my app.
Right.
And now I play
good
Candy
game.
Crush,
Aw.
and because my aunt loved Candy Crush. So, but next week in general, when the show drops on Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be looking forward to downloading Oddworld, the new Oddworld game, because
Nice.
it's free for PlayStation Plus in April for PS5 owners.
Wow.
and we talked
good
about this-
get.
We actually talked about this last week about notable games that are coming out next month, or this month, I should say, in April. Oddworld's not getting a physical release until the summer, so it will be out digital on April 6th, but it's free with PlayStation Plus if you have a PS5. So I'm definitely
deal.
going to play it.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right. On that note, that is episode 264 in the books, folks. And we want to thank you guys for doing all the good stuff that you guys do, for listening to the show and liking and commenting and all that good stuff. If you want to interact with us, and we know that you do, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Rated G for Gamers. And one final note, we are part of the Gaming Podcast Alliance. You can check out all of the fine podcasts featured on there at gamingpodcastalliance.com if you're looking for more gaming goodness. So, please listen, like, rate, review, and subscribe. And as always,
Keep gaming.